Hey everyone, get ready, because by 2026, the technology that runs our world is going to look fundamentally different. We're about to move away from this idea of a giant, all-powerful cloud and straight into a new era where smart computing lives, well, pretty much everywhere. Let's dig into what that actually means.
This quote from the team at ARM just nails it. This is the massive change we're talking about. Intelligence is breaking out of those far-off data centers and literally embedding itself into the fabric of our lives, our phones, our cars, our homes. It's not about connecting to the smarts anymore, it's about having the smarts right there with you. So to really get this, we're going to start at the very bottom, with the silicon chips themselves. Then we'll see how all that new computing power changes AI from a simple tool into an autonomous partner. From there, we'll look at how that reshapes our physical world. And finally, the new societal infrastructure and the new challenges that all of this creates.
Okay, let's set the stage. The year 2026 isn't just another year with slightly faster phones. No way! It's a real turning point, the beginning of a whole new era where intelligent, distributed computing just becomes the new normal. But how does a revolution like this actually kick off? Well, it all starts at the tiniest level, with a radical change in how we build the brains of our devices, the computer chips themselves. At the very heart of this is a concept called chiplets. Seriously, forget the old way of building one giant, one-size-fits-all chip. Instead, think of chiplets like Legos. They're these tiny, specialized, reusable blocks for different jobs, one for processing, one for memory, another one just for AI.
And with this Lego-like approach, designers can just mix and match these blocks to build the perfect custom chip for any device, whether it's a smartphone or a giant factory robot. This means innovation happens way faster, costs come down, and this is the big one, the industry's focus shifts from just building bigger chips to building much smarter systems.
And that's really the whole point, right? The ultimate goal here is to cram more intelligence into every single device without completely draining its battery. It's all about getting the maximum intelligence per watt, making everything around us smarter, faster, and way more efficient.
So once you have this powerful and super efficient new hardware foundation in place, the very nature of artificial intelligence starts to change. We're about to see AI evolve from a passive assistant into an active, autonomous agent.
This really is the key difference. We're moving from cloud AI, which has to ping a distant data center for everything, over to edge AI. With edge AI, all the thinking happens right there on your device. So what does that get you? Real-time responses, lower costs, and the ability for things to work even when you're offline. The AI isn't waiting around for commands anymore, it's making its own decisions right on the spot. And listen, this isn't some far-off sci-fi idea. The industry is already making the move. Just look at this data from Dell. A whopping 73% of organizations are already actively moving their AI to the edge, mostly because it's so much more energy efficient. The shift is happening right now.
This whole shift makes a new kind of AI possible, what experts are calling agentic AI. Okay, this is the leap from an AI that just answers your questions to an AI that can understand a goal, create a multi-step plan, and then actually go and do it for you. It's basically a true digital teammate.
As Pure Insights put it, these are autonomous teammates. Imagine a bunch of AI agents working together like a project team, each one planning its part, coordinating actions, and passing tasks off to the next one to get a complex job done, all without you having to micromanage every single step.
So what happens when these super smart, autonomous agents get, well, bodies? That's when we step into the world of physical AI, and this is where you're going to see some of the most dramatic changes.
Physical AI is exactly what it sounds like. It's where the digital world meets the physical one. It's when we embed this agentic AI into robots, autonomous cars, and industrial machines. We're talking about intelligence that doesn't just process information, it physically acts on it and interacts with the world around us.
And the applications are going to be everywhere. In manufacturing, you'll have robots that predict when a machine is about to break down. In logistics, autonomous systems will reroute shipments around a storm automatically. We'll see it in farming, mining, and even healthcare, with smart wearables that act as your personal clinical-grade diagnostic tool.
And the impact is going to be massive. I mean, just take one example. Experts are predicting that AI-driven optimization in supply chains could slash delivery times by as much as 30%. That's a huge boost in efficiency that will affect pretty much every single product we buy.
Okay, so let's zoom all the way out. When this kind of technology is everywhere, it stops being just another tool. It becomes a new kind of infrastructure for society, one that has incredible potential, but also brings a whole new set of complex challenges with it.
Let's think about it like this. The old Internet of Things was all about devices collecting data. The new Internet of Intelligence is about devices that can actually make sense of that data. They can interpret it, make predictions, and act on their own, creating this amazing sense-making infrastructure that understands context and helps us navigate the world.
Of course, with this much autonomous power, the question of trust becomes absolutely critical, and the industry's response by 2026 is expected to be all about governance. For instance, to tackle things like deepfakes, the solution is probably going to be mandatory labeling, so you always know where your content is coming from. And for these fully autonomous systems, the key is building in clear agentic guardrails. Think of them as digital safety nets to make sure humans are always in control.
And this stuff cannot be an afterthought. As the author Bernard Marr puts it, this kind of ethical framework is the absolute foundation. You have to get this right. Without it, public trust disappears, and innovation just grinds to a halt. It's about building these guardrails into the core of the tech, not just treating it like some box you have to check.
So that brings us to the final big question. This shift from AI as a tool to AI as a teammate is one of the most profound changes in the history of technology. It's going to change how we work, how we live, how we solve the world's biggest problems. The technology is pretty much here. The real question is, are we ready for it?
Thanks for tuning in.